Tensions gripped the Falta area of South 24 Parganas district today, as residents staged protests alleging threats and intimidation by TMC cadres ahead of the counting of votes for the West Bengal Assembly elections scheduled on May 4. Well, the situation escalated as large number of locals, including women, gathered on the streets demanding action against all those they accused of creating an atmosphere of fear in the region. And according to the protesting residents, they have been facing repeated intimidation, allegedly linked to the local political workers. And several women claim that they were directly threatened and warned of violence, depending on the election outcome. One resident alleged that a local TMC functionary had threatened that if certain candidates won, houses would be set on fire and bloodshed would follow. And another woman said that despite voting for the ruling party, villagers were still being targeted and harassed, adding that they now feel unsafe in their own homes and are demanding the immediate apprehension of all those responsible. Some protesters further alleged that groups of men arrived in villages on motorcycles and issued warnings to residents, creating panic among both men and women. They also claimed that in some instances, people were prevented from freely voting, with allegations that certain individuals were told that their votes had already been cast and were forced to return home. Residents said that all these incidents have left them deeply distressed and concerned about their safety, particularly women and children. The protest also included demands for a repoll in certain areas of Falta, with villagers urging authorities to ensure fair voting and stronger protection. Many called for the deployment of central armed police forces across the region, saying that the current security arrangements were not enough to restore confidence among voters. And in response to the growing tension, authorities deployed heavy security across the area. Personnel from the Central Reserve Police Force and Rapid Action Force was stationed at key locations, while an armoured CRPF vehicle was also pressed into service as a precautionary measure. Security forces have been conducting continuous patrolling in order to maintain law and order and prevent any escalation of violence. The unrest comes at a sensitive time as repolling is currently underway in 15 booths across Magrahat, Paschim and Diamond Harbour constituencies, following directions from the Election Commission of India over reported irregularities during the earlier phases of polling. And according to the official data recorded by the Election Commission as of 2 p.m. on Saturday, voter turnout stood at over 56% in Magrahat, Paschim and nearly 55% in Diamond Harbour, with an overall turnout of around 55.57% during the repoll process. Meanwhile, separate controversies have emerged over alleged irregularities involving EVM strong rooms. The TMC has lodged a complaint against a returning officer alleging unauthorized handling of postal ballot covers at a facility being used to store EVMs. Well, on the other hand, the Bharatiya Janata Party has alleged that a strong room was opened without authorization, prompting an inquiry in which several officials have reportedly been suspended. And as the counting day approaches on May 4, authorities have stepped up security measures across sensitive areas of South 24 Parganas in order to ensure peaceful conditions. However, in Falta, residents continue to demand stronger action and protection, saying that fear and tension still persist despite the heavy deployment of security forces. Notably, in a significant development, tensions erupted in Falta area of South 24 Parganas, West Bengal, after residents staged protests alleging intimidation and threats by TMC workers ahead of the counting of votes for the West Bengal Assembly elections that has been scheduled for May 4. Several villagers, including women, claim that they were threatened with violence and arson depending on the election outcome. Protesters demand strict action against those accused and call for a repoll in certain areas, alleging that fear had prevented fair voting in some booths. Security was tightened in the region with personnel from the CRPF and Rapid Action Force deployed, along with armoured vehicles, in order to maintain order amid rising tensions. Authorities also intensified monitoring as repolling continued in parts of Magrahat, Paschim and Diamond Harbour following the Election Commission directions. And alongside allegations of irregularities in EVM strong rooms have added to the political controversy, with both the TMC and BJP raising complaints. And despite the increased security presence, residents in Falta continue to demand stronger protection and accountability, citing ongoing fear and insecurity in the entire area. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment and subscribe to the channel.